Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which a person or group causes someone to question their own memory, perception, or sanity. It is a deliberate and systematic process that can be subtle or overt, and it often occurs in abusive relationships, romantic, familial, professional, or social. The term originates from the 1938 play Gaslight, in which a husband manipulates his wife into believing she is losing her mind. Over time, this term has evolved into a psychological concept recognized by mental health professionals and researchers. Understanding the psychology of gaslighting involves examining its mechanisms, motivations, effects, and implications for both victims and perpetrators. At its core, gaslighting involves the distortion of reality. This manipulation may include lying, denying, trivializing, or misdirecting. For instance, a gaslighter might insist that an event never happened, claim the victim is overreacting, or assert that others also believe the victim is irrational. This constant questioning of reality destabilizes the victim's sense of trust in their own thoughts and experiences. The effectiveness of gaslighting relies on repetition and emotional leverage. Victims are often emotionally attached to the gaslighter, which makes them more vulnerable to believing false narratives. Over time, the gaslighter's assertions gain credibility in the victim's mind, especially when the manipulation is gradual and coupled with occasional positive reinforcement or affection, sometimes referred to as intermittent reinforcement. The motivations behind gaslighting vary but often stem from a desire for control and dominance. In some cases, the gaslighter may possess narcissistic traits or antisocial tendencies, using manipulation as a tool to maintain power in a relationship. They may feel threatened by the victim's independence or competence and use gaslighting to undermine these qualities. In other situations, gaslighting is a defensive mechanism. Some individuals may use gaslighting to avoid accountability or to shift blame. This form of self-preservation, while harmful to others, helps the gaslighter maintain a consistent self-image or avoid feelings of guilt. The psychological impact of gaslighting can be profound. Victims often experience confusion, anxiety, depression, and a diminished sense of self-worth. They may begin to isolate themselves, doubting their ability to interpret reality or make decisions. Over time, they can become increasingly dependent on the gaslighter for validation and guidance, further deepening the manipulative dynamic. Cognitive dissonance, a psychological state in which conflicting beliefs create mental discomfort, plays a major role in this process. Victims may hold on to the belief that the gaslighter cares for them, even in the face of harmful behavior. This conflict between perception and reality creates a psychological struggle that makes it difficult for the victim to break free. Recognizing gaslighting is the first step toward recovery. Education, therapy, and support from trusted individuals can help victims rebuild their sense of self and regain confidence in their perceptions. Mental health professionals often focus on cognitive behavioral techniques to help victims identify distorted thinking patterns and reframe their understanding of the relationship. On a broader level, gaslighting has implications for social and institutional dynamics. In workplaces, politics, or media, gaslighting can be used to discredit dissenting voices, manipulate public perception, or maintain unjust power structures. Understanding the psychological mechanisms of gaslighting can empower individuals and communities to recognize and resist manipulative tactics. Gaslighting is a potent and insidious form of psychological manipulation that undermines an individual's sense of reality and self. Rooted in a desire for control, it preys on emotional vulnerabilities and uses distortion as a weapon. The psychological effects on victims can be long-lasting and deeply damaging, but with awareness and support, recovery is possible. As society becomes more attuned to emotional and psychological abuse, recognizing gaslighting is crucial for protecting mental health and promoting healthier, more authentic relationships.